Executives today spend the majority of their time checking emails and attending meetings. For many, this is a natural evolution of the modern world, yet it often means key priorities are neglected. According to Richard Jolly, a professor of organisational behaviour at London Business School and an executive coach here with me today, they suffer from hurry sickness. Professor Jolly, what exactly is hurry sickness?
Hurry sickness is an epidemic that is causing crisis in our firms. Basically, executives, in particular senior executives, don't anymore have time to think. And I've been gathering data, about 2,000 executives a year for the last 10 years. And what it shows is over 95% of executives sort of say they have this affliction. And so the affliction is spending all your time, as you've just said, rushing around doing things and without any ability to stand back and really focus on your key priorities. And I think there's three main reasons for this. The first one is facilitated by technology. We're now overwhelmed by emails, meetings, conference calls. And the second one is that organizations and their challenges have become much more complex than ever before. And the third one is that the skills necessary to be a leader, I would argue, have fundamentally shifted in the last few years and certainly the last decade. Because the way you became successful as an executive was through what we call human capital, your knowledge and expertise. And you rise to the top, and then you're in command and control, and you make the decisions and make sure they happen. Whereas today, the skills required to being an effective leader are very different, because it's not about what you know, it's about your ability to get things done through other people. And so this shift from human capital to what we call social capital is, for me, one of the defining trends of our era.
Okay, and so what are the main symptoms? Like, I've seen a video where you say there's 7.
There's a whole load of them. But everything from things in your personal life. So if you're microwaving something just for 30 seconds, you have to do something else whilst you're waiting for the microwave to go ping. You get a buzz by just catching a plane or a train. You know the fastest route to the airport. You're a master of airport management, how to get through, which is the line you should pick. You press perhaps one of the you press the door close button in elevators, and you know, one of the unusual facts for many people is that these door close buttons, over half of them aren't connected to anything other than a light bulb. Right. In the trade, they call them mechanical placebos, but it's just a symptom of this very dangerous thing, because whether it's in our personal lives or in our work lives, we can spend all our time sitting in meetings that are inefficient and effective, you know, answering and reading emails and all these conference calls. And in the work I do with organizations, again, over 95% of executives say that meetings have got out of control. And so the challenge I often put to them is, you know, I reckon I could come into your organization, and using some standard facilitation techniques, I could halve the length of your meetings and double their effectiveness. And about 1 or 2% of executives say, no, our meetings in our organization are world class. And so my favorite app, smartphone app, is something called the meeting clock. And what you do is you input the average yearly salaries of the people in the meeting, a number of hours they work a week, which gives you an hourly rate. And at the beginning of the meeting, you just press start, and the app tells you how much the meeting is costing the organization. And as a way of just reframing how we think about our time, I think that's a powerful provocation. And as for emails, you know, there used to be a time when we had work, then you had commuting, and then you had life. And now almost every executive, the first thing they do when they wake up is check their email. And the last thing they do when they're lying in bed is check their email. And they're connected the whole time in between. So email really, I think, has caused a massive problem. Whilst it has some benefits, it's just out of control. If you're going to really develop as a leader, you've got to be better at relationships rather than just having expertise, and that takes time. So you've got to invest time in listening and asking questions to create a much more collaborative way of working. And obviously, at London Business School, we've been fundamentally rejigging how we actually train executives. So when you come to London Business School for an executive programme, then we're much more focused on actually giving you time to reflect and making sure we focus not just on simple business measures, but much broader measures of success. We have, for example, a Wellbeing 360 that we focus on our senior programmes. So whether you're an MBA student or an executive, really protecting that time to think is one of the hardest challenges that people face in their careers.
Professor Jolly, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For more business school news and analysis, go to ft.com/business education.